Green Bay is a small town, only 100,000 people. Those 100,000 people may be different in many ways, but there's one thing that brings them all together: the Green Bay Packers. In Titletown, the blue-collar city only knows hard work, tailgating, championships, but more importantly, they know family.
We have a saying in this town: faith, family, and the Green Bay Packers are all that you need. Sanjay and I grew up in Green Bay. You could say that we are Green Bay, or even better, the voices of Green Bay. We bring a local feel of Packer fandom to a worldwide audience.
Friendship, family, and football.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is the Freezer Podcast. We are back. This is the Freezer Podcast, where we bring you a local feel Packer fandom to a worldwide audience. I'm Sanjay, and alongside me, like always, is Beanie Matt and Bloodline Fred. And we are live here in our studios, brought to you by our awesome network, the Game On Wisconsin Network. And we are, boys, the number one seed in the NFC.
Let's go!
I wish we could add like some sort of music and stuff. Like it would be great because we should be dancing all the time.
Let me say one thing about being number one, and this is like a total knock on like the whole world of fans. Okay, you know when they always like pan across the fans in the stadium, and everyone's like go-to thing is to do this. We actually get to do that because we are number one. You guys don't get to hold up number one and be like, yeah, we're number one. Like, even though like it's like you're like the Bears.
You're like, I'm the number one running back.
But you know what? We are number one, and it feels good, boys. 13-3, 2 seasons in a row. When we started over, we started complete. It was kind of a rebuild, retool, restructure, and to be sitting here, guys, 2 years in a row, 13-3, and to get to share it with both of you guys. I mean, I'm not saying it's destiny. I'm not saying that we perhaps had any influence on it, but all I know is we started.
I had a shirt.
Yeah, your shirt's done some influencing, but as soon as we started this show, we've gone 26-6. So I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Look, I got the boat shirt on today because we should be on vacation. On the bye week, we can go and
represent.
Roger says we should be in like Tahiti or something. But you know what? We're here. This is awesome to be able to just watch and enjoy a really super wild card weekend, as they're calling it. It's really cool that we don't have to be nervous all Saturday or all Sunday waiting for our 6:00 game, because that's usually when they slate us for. So we have to watch all this kind of stuff all weekend. But now we get to watch that stuff with no problem, just to kind of figure out, all right, we're going to be playing this team. Oh, we're going to be playing this team. Oh, maybe we might play this team. But we'll talk about all that stuff on the second half of the show, so don't worry. We'll get some predictions, we'll get some picks, we'll get some rankings, the whole 9 yards. But we are talking about the Bears still suck, and we showed him that Sunday afternoon, and it was in the fashion that we kind of expect now from the Green Bay Packers against the Bears, and it was just another beautiful thing. Matt, start off with you. It's another beating that it didn't start out that way. It seemed like you're kind of like, oh, what's going to happen here? This might be a little down and gritty game where they need to get in. Maybe they're going to give us a little bit more fight than they usually do. But in the end, we came up top.
Yeah. Thrilled at the performance overall. I mean, it started off a little bit where, the Bears took the ball down, got some points, made it tough on us initially. But again, sort of like lock and step with the rest of the season, the Packers figured out, find their footing, really toughen up on defense. They go on, a couple of scoring blitzes to get some separation there. The Bears get close before the half and into the second half, really. But from there, man, Green Bay put the clamps on and closed the door on them. And unfortunately, the loss didn't send them packing for the rest of the offseason. They still
squeaked
get in.
in. They squeaked
So
in.
as nice as it was to win the game and get the 1 seed, which was incredible, at the same time, you're like, the only thing better would have been, resulting in the Bears having to pack their bags for the offseason. But I mean, guys, this is awesome. When we started the season here, we kind of all said the same thing. We'd be a better team, but worse record. Here we are, 13-3 back-to-back years. Now we do have that sacred number 1 seed, which means more than it ever has in years past, because we're the only team in the NFC that gets that bye. We can all, as a fan base, step back, get to watch some football this coming weekend. Triple headers, back-to-back days, by the way. I don't think it gets much better than that. But I'm super proud of the team. I mean, we were all kind of worried how they would respond after David Bakhtiari goes down. I mean, midweek in practice, how do they come back from that? They're looking at a hungry Khalil Mack and that Bears pass rush, man. I mean, all things considered, I think that they stepped up to the task and handled it well.
Absolutely. I mean,
do you think it could go?
Go ahead, Fred.
I was just saying, do you think it could go both ways, though? Do you think it could be one of those things where, obviously, Bakhtiari going down is super detrimental to the team, but does it add this sort of this boost, this let's go win one for Bach, let's do this for Bach kind of situation? I know that that's like half class full situation talk, like right there, but I do really feel like this opportunity for them to rise up and go out and dominate him.
And your boy Billy Turner, Fred, looked pretty damn good. I mean, he got over there and held his own. I mean, I know we were talking kind of off air and in the chat group this morning about it. So, hey, like you said, if Bach goes down, other guys step up. And if this is going to be the coming out party for a few of these guys, all right, let's do it.
First off, finally, Erin shows up when we finally have her on, when we had her winning a goddamn swag bag. And now she has the audacity to say that we're not wearing. I'm wearing what we should be wearing on a bye week, and it's called a vacation shirt. Okay, Andy Reid wears these all the time, and he's always on vacation.
Well, Andy Reid is the Super Bowl winning head coach, so
yeah, Matt looks like he's still ready to still be in the film room, like me.
If you turn into the show right now and you watch, you go, well, it's one Packer fan and two guys just kind of talking, like what's going on here?
Everybody knows when they come on the show, I don't wear jerseys, I don't wear Packer gear. If anything, I wear the occasional Packer hat. I try to make it look at the goddamn room I'm in. You got a goddamn flag. I got Packer stuff everywhere. Don't worry about my Packer fandom, Aaron, and everybody else. I'm here. You know what? You should be thanking me for all the things that I've done this year for the Packers. So just hey, all right. Real big shout out, because you know what? We have eclipsed our 60 mark here. And this is a huge day for the Freezer podcast. And I told Fred I would call it out. Thank you, everybody that's in this show right now, because this to me shows exactly what we've been talking about in the last couple of weeks. When it is Packer playoff time, and Fred is really good about this, there's a different vibe in the city, in the Fox Valley, in the state, in the country, in the world. Yes, JJ, I'm talking about you over there in the UK. Everybody that you know that is a Packer fan that wears green and yellow, they just want this action. They want to hear it from someone, anyone, and you guys choose to come to us tonight at 7 o'clock. I know there's no Jamal Williams show, but you know what? You have this show every Tuesday, and that's why we want to say, everybody that's watching this show right now, this is amazing. I mean, we are eclipsing numbers right now, and that is, that means the world to the two guys right here in this show and myself, and thank you so much. So keep chatting. We have a lot for you guys tonight, and we'll keep talking the Bears because they suck. But
I wanted to give one. Well, first of all, thank you for everybody tuning in. It is really cool that you guys come and watch us talk about this stuff. But I wanted to highlight one thing really quick, and this is actually piggybacking off of Fred's tweet, is just giving some kudos to the NFL, man. In a crazy-ass year where leagues were playing in bubbles and players and teams were literally knocked out for weeks, the NFL managed to make it through a 17-week schedule without really any major hiccups. All by the way, traveling with 10 times the amount of players the other leagues do and not having in a bubble. So, I mean, really a tip of the hat to the NFL for allowing this to happen and doing it. And let's be honest, the NFL screws up a lot of stuff, but I think that they, for the most part, got this one right.
Well, you look at a year, guys, where we literally lost so much just normalcy and things that we were allowed to do, to be able to rely on getting to watch the Packers every Wednesday, Sunday, Saturday, whatever time it was. It was really great.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you know what? 13-3, it's an amazing feeling. Let's break this down. Why don't we start with the defense? We always do the offense, and it's always great. But defensively, this was a big game just to kind of confirm to fans that maybe you didn't just see a mirage on the big Sunday night game that everybody was thinking that was the statement game. This was a big defensive game for Mike Pettin and his squad that, hey, look, just because it's Mitchell Trubisky and he can't throw doesn't mean that they don't have other weapons on that team. And you shut down Allen Robinson, who's been giving us problems for the last couple years, who just knows how to just seep in through all the zones and everything like that, and gets catches. He usually averages about 5 to 7 catches a game against us, and you held him to 0 catches in the first half. I don't know what his end stat line was, but I'm pretty sure it was under 5 catches.
I think he had like 2 or 3 catches. Maybe.
If we don't know it, that's clearly a good job on us. And David Montgomery obviously has been showing that he has kind of figured out his running style and also just finding the holes. And he was coming off of beautiful performances in the last 3 weeks, and we, for the most part, shut him down as well. Obviously, he was kind of in and out of the lineup with that knee injury that he got early on in the game. But guys, this was a complete now the stats don't say we didn't have a lot of sacks, but key stops, key bat downs, couple missed interceptions. But the fact that we were able to get the key interception that we needed to late, also the key fumble strip that we got early that gave us that go-ahead score, you got to love it, right?
This is exactly where we wanted this defense to be right now. They finished the year, 8th in defense. I mean, if you talk to us or talk to any fans kind of throughout the year, the idea you get is that they're bottom half, bottom third. But in reality, they're playing really well, and they're playing well enough right now to get this team to a Super Bowl and to win a Super Bowl. They're getting to the quarterback. Maybe they're not getting the sacks, but they're at least getting the pressures there. The DBs and the linebackers are making the tackles, and they're generating turnovers. If you can continue to do that and generate more possessions for an Aaron Rodgers-led offense, I mean, they're going to be really, really difficult to knock out in the playoffs and into the Super Bowl. So, I mean, this is thrilling because this is exactly where we want to be. And I'm glad that we got here because we thought the defense was going to be the one to hold us back. But in reality, the last month, they've allowed us to secure that 1 seed.
I don't think there's a...
Go ahead.
I just don't think there's a team that's playing better than us right now. I mean, I know you can make some arguments for Buffalo. I know you have to give respect to Kansas City because of what they've done and where they were last year. However, I can pick holes in Kansas City. I can list them right now if you're willing. And I can also find a few holes in Buffalo. And it starts really with the youth of that quarterback, who I love, but is very young and is not prepared in any situation to go up against a guy like a Rodgers if that case were to come, or even a Mahomes. I think it'd be a pretty big battle. But that being said, on every phase of the football field outside of maybe and that's only because we don't know anymore, but we are dynamic offensively. Defensively, we are making plays. We are getting turnovers. And when you have a guy like Mason Crosby, who I believe is 16 for 16 on the season in field goals, you're winning on every level of the football field. And I haven't seen us play like that time. And it's really great to watch. We're hitting all strides at the right time. And like we said, the things that we were looking at early and mid-season that were giving us some concerns, defensive plays, turnovers, making those big plays inside the 20s, and then some of those big plays down the field, we weren't quite sure what this was going to amount to. And every week we've seen a small progression to get to that point, and it's been fascinating to watch. And at this point, right now, hottest team in the game, will be interesting to see if anyone can beat us and if we can carry that into the postseason.
I agree, Fred. They are playing the best ball in the league right now. I mean, whether that translates into a Super Bowl appearance or win, they got to play the games yet. But heading into the playoffs, I don't think anybody else is playing better than Green Bay. There's some arguments to be made, like you said, the Bills, maybe the Chiefs. But I think the Packers, if biased or not, they just look the best right now.
Right. And you know what? When you make mistakes too, here's the thing too. How do you, overcome adversity? When you have the Tavon Austin fumble, only give up 3 points on that drive. When you have issues with your, when you do go stagnant too, like we've seen it with the Packers, it's felt like when the MVS dropped, Was that?
Yeah, I was like when you drop a guaranteed
When you
touchdown
drop,
that was in your
when you
hand.
drop the 49th touchdown for Aaron Rodgers, that obviously took a lot of wind out of our sail, and obviously we went 2 punts right after that. But to overcome that, and also the defense to overcome that as well, I mean that's a lot of pressure on your defense as well.
That they weathered that long
14.
drive and only gave up field goals.
Exactly.
Huge.
It's been that bend don't break defense for a while with this defense. They will get yards on you. It seems like they're taking time of possession as well sometimes, and you're like, oh, here we go again. Here we go, just third down after third down, fourth down, as we saw in the early on in that game.
Yeah.
But in the end,
let's
go ahead, Fred.
Let's give a little I noticed it, so I would hope that some other people noticed it as well. But Kenny Clark was playing like a madman against Chicago. He was in the backfield. His fire off the ball was remarkable. And I don't know if that's Snacks Harrison being there. I don't know if it's just that time of the year where Kenny Clark is going to be one of those guys who's a December player and he's visible during the season, but really shines in that latter part. But man, oh man, dude, he was a beast, just wrecking guys up in the backfield, and it was fun to watch. And if he plays that way and continues to play that way into the postseason, watch out.
Yeah, he's feeling it right now. He's fully healthy and making a huge impact. And when they get Snacks more integrated in there, I mean, the few times I did see him in there, he was pushing guys into the backfield and disrupting the run. So the combination of those two guys, I mean, this is going to be a great tandem in the playoffs.
There's an uplifting feeling, right? Like when you add another player that's been around, that has dominated in his time in a certain area where you've been weak. It motivates the rest of the line. It's not about you're going to take some snaps from me, I'm Dean Lowry. No, it motivates them to be like, look, I got to play my ass off because I don't want to lose these snaps, and this guy's good and I know it, and let's all work together in this, and let's take the snaps as we get them, and let's create a great product. And that's what I see from it. And I think it was like 6 or 8 snaps, I believe, or maybe it was like, I forget what it was, but it wasn't many. 15 snaps, I think it was. But it's huge. It really is. Go ahead, Fred.
I just think if you're that defensive line, you look over and you all of a sudden now you got big boy Snacks Harrison on the left side of you. I'm thinking, all right. I mean, I know Big Snacks. I know Big Snacks is going to take care of that left guard and that left tackle. I can worry about my guy, as opposed to, and this is no knock on Dean Lowry. I think they're serviceable guys. I really do. I think Tyler Lancaster is serviceable too. But if I'm Kenny Clark, which let's just pretend for fun right now, if I'm looking over and I see Tyler Lancaster, I'm going, son of a bitch. If I look over and I see Snacks Harrison, I'm like, oh shit, you guys are gonna
let's go,
dude.
It's the phrase that we coined on this show, right? The other guys are just Jags, right? They're just guys, right? That's what they are.
Just a guy, baby, just a guy.
Offensively, let's move on. I mean,
wait.
Yeah, we forgot. Go ahead. There's one thing we need to share with all of you. If you
hold
haven't
up,
Jaw
Money.
Wait a
Jaw
minute.
Money.
Let me put some jaw in
Look at this.
That is insanity, you guys.
Look at some of the
Absolutely.
names in there.
Please, anyone who's watching this, just take your time. Read it. Read through it.
I see Mike Evans. I see Calvin Ridley. I see Adam Thielen. I see Alshon Jeffrey. I see T.Y. Hilton. I see A.J. Brown. I see Allen Robinson again. I see Marvin Jones. I see Justin Jefferson. I see Mike Evans.
Although you know what's a funny part about that is the best game against Ja was Adam Thielen, not Justin Jefferson, Sanjay.
The amount of people that aren't recognizing the play of Jair Alexander are just fooling themselves. I don't understand what more this guy needs to do. And by the way, he's only a third-year player. He's a third-year player, and he's already doing this. Come on.
It's that classic, like, I don't hear your name, you must not be doing good kind of thing. The reason that guys like Deion Sanders or like even Champ Bailey,
Jalen Ramsey,
like those guys are bigger. Those guys' names are great because as much as they stop, they also get more interceptions. And I know that that's like a huge deal to some people. With Deion, it was even different because you had him on offense, you had him on special teams, you had him all over the world. And Deion was an absolute character. But ultimately, what Jair is doing is he is absolutely 100% shutting down an entire side of the field.
And Aaron's
is famously known for getting pregnant with Jair.
Aaron's gotten pregnant like 40 times this year.
Yeah.
And doing it against Jimmy Graham, denying him a garbage time touchdown was completely and utterly
I love it.
was
It
awesome.
kind of got thrown under the rug because there was like literally like 9 seconds left. But that to me, I didn't need to see the little, jump up spike, that he usually does. I didn't need to see that bullshit. So that was beautiful. So yes, now we can go on to the offense. Our boy, Mr. 12, had a beautiful start. 10 for 10 as we saw, and then it should have probably been 11 for 11. But 10 for 10 with 3 touchdowns. I mean, just a clinic for a guy that it's almost like he's in this different trans that you cannot even you can't get in his way. You can't, take his focus off. He is on a mission. I don't know what it is as far as chip or whatever it may be on his shoulder, but this guy happens to know when the clock hits 16 or 15, and it goes down, he knows that he needs to lace that up and just put the team on his back.
Do you guys think, and I'll really take a second, don't jump to this answer, but is this the best Aaron Rodgers you've ever seen? But I mean, 2011 was absolutely remarkable.
Tough,
I think if it's not yes, it's number 2.
Could you argue the playoff run from 2010? Is he better than that, Rodgers?
That stretch was also immaculate. I mean,
I think
unbelievable ball.
I'm gonna say a regular season, because as of right now, I mean, if he goes and wins a Super Bowl this year with this regular season mixed in with an off season where he wins a Super Bowl, best year, no doubt.
Quarterback, yeah.
Folks, potentially greatest all time.
Tell us, is this his best year? Is it 2011? Is it 2014? Is it 2016 on the Run the Table? Is it 2010 in the playoffs? You tell us. Just throw a year number in there, and you let us see. We got people already saying something right now. 2011. It's a hard one. I think we're caught in the moment, and it just looks so. I think this year is different because it looks so easy. I know maybe it looked easy back then too, but the guys are wide open, man. Like
it was pretty easy back then, though. I mean, think about the squad that he had, and I mean, I will go to my grave in saying this. I've said this for my ever since 11. When we took the field offensively on that year, I never even in the depths of my soul felt that we were not going to score a touchdown on every single drive. That thought has crossed my mind in this year a few times. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. Maybe it's because I'm getting fatter. I don't know. But I do know that in 2011, when that offense ran on the field, I was like guaranteed touchdown. And 90% of the time it was.
Yeah, that offense in 2011.
Although 90% of the time it has this year too. So
that's true.
I mean,
it's like it's different teams because back then, their complement of wide receivers was not what it is right now. They went 4 or 5.
The talent was better, but we're talking about, was he better? Like that's the thing.
I think considering his age, what they've done the last couple of years where people are starting to write him off. I mean, you could argue that this year was his most impressive year considering the circumstances of what he has to work with. I mean, he's just like you said, Saad, he's making it look easy. At the age of 38, and with maybe perceived to not have as many weapons. So yeah, I think that it's hard to even pick because you're talking about
just enjoy
the most prolific years of all time.
And enjoy it. How about that? That's what we'll say. A quiet day for Aaron Jones in the sense of, yardage and attempts and things, but it was a nice, I made a tweet about this. It was just nice knowing that they did focus on him mainly with his touches and his snaps. I mean, it was as much as we really did want to see AJ Dillon get in there after his beautiful performance against the Titans. They really did show that, hey, look, Aaron Jones is our starting running back. This offense is run through Aaron Jones. It is a nice luxury to have Jamal Williams and AJ Dillon on the back burner. But in the end, this is his offense and this is offensive line. And you know what? When it came down to that goal line, who got in the end zone? It was Aaron Jones. And he got us that go-ahead touchdown, which was nice. And, pretty much sealed us the victory there. But, the run game, against a good defense like that, you kind of expect, when you have Hicks back in the lineup, you think obviously that you're not going to go just running all day on him like you did the previous game, but good to see at least that they committed to him. We didn't see him disappear. I think all those weeks of just not seeing him a lot, I think that was kind of keeping his legs fresh. Obviously there was that stretch where he was injured too. So we were also keeping him fresh in that aspect, but it was good that we kind of, stayed committed to him.
Yeah, I mean, guys, we've talked about it each week. I mean, this team is going to run through in terms of the ground game through Aaron Jones. He makes the offense that much better when he is getting his touches each week, and it was no different this week. Yeah, the Bears really tough up front, so it wasn't going to be maybe a game where he was going to run for $120 and a couple of touchdowns. But nonetheless, when he did touch the ball, he was very effective. Jamal Williams had a couple of tough runs. You maybe wanted to see AJ Dillon get in there a few more snaps after the week he had last week, but again, you got to give it up to Aaron Jones, needing him to be the guy. So I do agree. What is that? He's taking a team friendly deal. Who said that?
That was me.
Okay, I was like, you're breaking news here, bro.
We all saw the pendant, right? We all saw it, right? So we were talking about that in our group chat, and I just want to show just a little bit right there, and maybe we might see something happening soon, maybe in the off season or maybe right before the playoff. Who knows?
He's hedging his bets.
I mean, that's like literally the most vague thing ever.
Shut up. You know what?
Speaking of the offense, guys, I wanted to highlight one thing that I when I was watching. There he is, LaFleur's press conference.
On tomorrow, baby.
First quarter, probably a good chunk of the second quarter too. The Bears did a really good job of limiting Davante Adams. They were almost kind of taking him out of the game. I think he had like 4 catches for some minuscule amount of yards. They made a great in-game adjustment where they moved him more to the inside to play a lot of the slot roles. And they said, hey, it's a lot more difficult to defend a guy from the slot. And so making that adjustment opened him up, and it paid dividends in the second half. All those grinded out third downs he caught was probably because of that. So did you guys notice that too?
Yeah, there was a Hackett in LaFleur. I mean, genius on how they move him around. I mean, he will dominate you from the outside at the X position, the Y position, the Z position. I mean, there's just it doesn't really matter where you line him up. He's going to burn you. But when you're lining him up in the interior slot, or you're even putting him in those, he was in a bunch at one point. I mean, how do you honestly defend that? He's so good, and you're putting him in different positions that are not allowing other people to get even close to him. He is absolutely clinical.
The up close video of him on his slant touchdown, the last one he caught, where Kyle Fuller was playing press man on him, and he does that thing at the line where he like jumps and then just ditches you immediately, and it was a thing of beauty. And like I said on Twitter, Kyle Fuller is not a bad cornerback, and he took him to the cleaners.
Absolutely.
Well, it's interesting.
Go ahead.
With Davante, and I know people have probably heard it. If you guys watch Packers stuff, you've probably heard this before, but the thing that just fascinates me is he does it all with his feet, not with his hands. And you've learned for so many years. I mean, I teach middle school or high school and whatever level of football I can sometimes. And that's like one of the things you teach receivers is your hands, how to use your hands, how to use, get off of press, get off tips, get separation, all that kind of stuff. And yet you have this guy who literally uses 0 hands and uses his feet. And it's almost like, what are you like? You're like some sort of wizard, man. It's freaky.
It's true. And to piggyback off that, what was the quote he said? He's like, someone was talking about his game. He said, my goal is when someone takes a picture of me catching a ball, I want them to not realize if it's warm-ups or if it's a game, meaning he doesn't hand check. He is purely beating you off the line and getting wide open. And that's exactly what he does. I had a good laugh when he said that. I thought that was so true.
I love him.
Hey, well, here's the thing.
The offensive line, right?
Right. That's what I was just going to go next. Offensive line. The biggest thing was Bakhtiari. How can this offensive line handle the biggest loss of the team? Obviously, one of the the biggest captains, the Warriors. Obviously Rodgers. Safety blanket. What would this offensive line do? Rise to the occasion and play against a pretty good stout defensive line, and a good pass rusher like Khalil Mack. And it felt like they really didn't miss a beat. Honestly, now was that ball coming out a lot quicker? Probably. Obviously, when you have a guy like that going out, you probably are not going to have too much time just to sit in the pocket and not worry about your blind side. So that ball was coming out a lot quicker. What do you guys think about the offensive line? Obviously, Linsley back, no issues there with him and his back. And obviously moving Billy Turner over and just kind of solidifying the tackle position.
I think it's a huge testament to Gutekunst, man. And I said this last week, and I'm going to say it again this week, and I'm probably going to say it again in 2 weeks. But what he has done to assemble this, because let's be real, guys, Bakhtiari, Lindsley, and like Taylor are like the only ones that are really around since
Still
before
back, yeah.
Gutekunst.
Well,
You
Lucas
look at like
Patrick's been there for a while.
I'm sorry, Lucas Patrick was the other one, not Taylor.
Yeah.
But then you look at Elton Jenkins, you look at Billy Turner, you look at John Runyon Jr., and you look at Big Rick Wagner, and that's all. Yeah, you know what I was going to go with.
You
That's
get really
all
calm.
Gutekunst-
Or family
yeah,
show.
that's all Gutekunst moves, and I think it's so underrated because putting together an offensive line that is, this is a 2-year build, and he's done it, and it is arguably one of the best offensive lines I've seen in a long time. And the way they gel and the way they move together, it's poetry in motion, and it's awesome to watch. And when a guy like Bakhtiari, all pro, Hall of Fame left tackle, goes down, and you're able to just move Billy over, and everything just seems flawless again. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a testament to not only Gutekunst putting the team together, but that coaching staff that is coaching that offensive line. It's probably been one of the most intriguing yet under-talked things about this entire year.
Adam Senovich, man. That's another guy we got to get.
Senovich,
and Butkus Jr. I mean, you got to.
And that's after losing James Campen, who was very well respected and people
Super
loved. And
awesome.
thought he should
I mean,
hang out.
Camden was doing it for a very long time with McCarthy. I mean, putting together some incredible offensive lines, and shout out to Teddy Thompson on that too. But what he's done in the short period of time, Butkus Jr. and Senovich, I mean, it's remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable.
I've said it every week, and I'll say it again. It's one of the top 2 or 3 reasons, maybe the top, why they are doing what they're doing. I mean, they're allowing Aaron Rodgers to have all this time to throw touchdowns, 48 of them, and only 5 interceptions. I mean, they're allowing the run game to develop. I mean, they're getting all these guys to get in the game. They're switching positions, and you wouldn't even know it. Like, there's usually, when this happens in the past, there's a flood of sacks, or it's just like you just can tell, like, oh my God, Rodgers is under it all day long. You've never really felt like that all year, even when they've had to shuffle the guys around. So it's a testament to the front office for bringing the guys in, the coaching staff for coaching them up, and those guys for going in there and executing when their number's called.
Awesome. Well, you know what time it is. Don't go anywhere. This is the Freezer Podcast. We have a lot for you guys, and don't go anywhere. This is what we do. Well, hi there. My name is Brian Gutekunst. Y'all really know me from the draft and all the free agency, but guess what? I have something to do with the season too. That's right. I have something to do with the hero of the game. But before we go to that, real quick, I want to talk about what I did in the 2020 draft. Let's hear it. In the first round, I drafted Jordan Love. That's right. Jordan Love, a guy that's never going to play. He's going to take a clipboard and that's all he's going to do. In the second round, I'm going to draft A.J. Dillon, another guy that's really not going to do anything. And then in the third round, I'm going to go get a guy named Josiah DeGuara. That's right. That's a really funny name, isn't it? DeGuara. But guess what? You know what I did do? I got ourselves a hero of the game last year. You know what his name is? It's Adrian Amos. That's right. You know, Famous Amos, those really good cookies. Well, guess what? I got a smash Amos. All right. The guy that's just getting interceptions and tackles and everything like that. So thank you for listening. I want you guys to get off my case for my draft and understand I got put a great team together. Okay. This is Brian Goodkins. Bye.
What in the
Oh my God.
You literally sound like Jerry Jones just smoked crack and was hanging out with the Colonel for like way too long.
I mean, that Colonel, I'm like, he sounds like a Southern gentleman.
Yeah, it's good from the South. Did we like miss that? Is that something that we did not catch on to? Or I've heard him talk.
Let it go.
If you know Sanjay, you know he has the best impersonations and he has the best accents. So it's undisputable. We all just saw it on display. That's what happened. So let's go.
Wow. Thank you, Matt. That's probably one of the nicest things you've ever said to me.
I will say this though. I don't know how I feel about the trashing him prior to saying that he made a great move. I feel like that was kind of going like I literally just got done saying how great of an offensive line he put together. Then you trashed him, and then you went back to say how great he was. So I would say maybe get checked out for some sort of schizophrenia thing. But other than that, yeah, no, you know what? It was, I'm going to just touch on Amos's interception because for me, and I think that's one of those great plays, and there's been a ton of things he's done, but that was a real nail dagger coffin kind of move, and it felt great, and it was so great for him, I think personally, to get those interceptions against Chicago, which he's done so many times now. And to do it against Trubisky when Trubisky just, classic, like, yeah, I'm just going to chuck this up over the seam and see what happens. It was great. And it's super exciting for Amos to have that. And I think it does, again, another testament to what Gutekunst has done. I'm not saying he's great. I'm not saying what he did in the draft was fantastic. We have a lot of question marks there, but the things and the people he's brought in, the Preston, the Za'Darius, Amos, drafting Savage, drafting the Elton Jenkins, who's probably going to be a Hall of Famer for all we know. He's done a lot. Like I fought in many battles over Ted Thompson, and I'll fight a few for Gutekunst early on here. Show me a GM who's 100% in his picks and his trades, and I'll show you anything else, because there's nothing, it just doesn't happen. But what Gutekunst has done in the short a period of time with free agency and the draft, it's damn good. And not only the draft and free agency, but he brought in that one guy, the one that's like hasn't lost an NFC North team, and is taking us to the NFC Championship potentially 2 years in a row and 2 13-3 seasons. That guy, he's pretty good too.
You know what I love about Amos? Oh, go ahead. Okay, so him getting the game-sealing interceptions twice against his former team in the Soldier Field. I mean, and all the Bears fans that talk shit about him and we don't need him, he's not that good. We got HaHa Clinton Dix. Yeah, how'd that turn out?
That was hilarious.
That was hilarious. So it's very redeeming for him, I think, to get those game-sealing picks against his old team, and that one made it even sweeter because it locked up the number one seed. Excuse me.
Well, it's just nice knowing that the money that we're putting towards these guys is really benefiting the team, obviously. But it's just knowing that, look, maybe we should just shut up during March and April. We'll see you in July when it gets to training camp, and let them. I know, believe me, I'm the guy that's scouring through Twitter like at on March, whatever it is, March 10th, and waiting for every free agent that I think is awesome to be, interested in the Packers. We're all like that. That's what we want. We want our team to be better. We want to be back in the Super Bowl. We want to do whatever it is. But in the end, we didn't go get Will Fuller, which, I was one of those guys who was like, hey, I'll take him. And then look what happened. He had a, 8-game suspension. He took PEDs, blah, blah, blah. That was one thing that's like, wow, glad we didn't take the fruit off that tree. And then you look at the draft picks. Now, Sunday night, you were pretty happy about that, right? You were pretty happy that we had A.J. Dillon because you know what? He put on a show. And then when you look at Jordan Love, it's an insurance thing that you just need to have. A lot of teams, if they lose their star quarterback, they don't have much else. I know he's not a backup, but in the end, if he had a career-ending injury or if he had some sort of like injury that was going to kind of take him out for a while, you at least know that you have something that you can kind of put your chips behind down the road. Now you don't know. Well, maybe this is the last time we'll see Aaron Rodgers play amazing like this again. Who knows that? All we know for right now is that in the GM job role, you have to think about the future, which is what they always do. It's nothing personal. It's all emotional. It's like emotionless, I guess. And it's think about what can continue the success of the Green Bay Packers, right? That's what you want.
It's calculated decisions. It's calculated to every little dollar, cent, decimal point, whatever you want to look at it in any way, shape, or form. It is calculated. It is not Brian Gutekunst sitting in his office playing Madden on Saturday night going, dude, I have 3 picks with this guy. I'm going to go trade for him, dude. It's going to, whatever, man. What happens to the team? Fuck it. It's calculated. They know what it means financially. They know what it means risk worthy. They have a team of people who literally weigh out every single option, every single negative, positive, everything involved within it. And that is why it can be really frustrating for us as Green Bay Packer fans because we don't pick up those sexy guys. We don't get those fun draft picks. But guess what is really fun and sexy? Going to the playoffs every single year, and that being like the low benchmark. Our main benchmark is a Super Bowl. Most teams, Detroit, Cleveland, Miami. Now, granted, some of those have gotten better, but for a very long time, their only benchmark was to maybe sneak into the playoffs. And here we are, like every year, it's just natural to get to there. So, I know. I knew somebody. I should have known Jacob would mention that.
Jacob is just a troll, man. Jacob just likes to come in here and troll.
As soon as I did Goody's voice, I was like, someone's gonna be like, "Oh, and all of a sudden he's a stoner."
I'm not even gonna try. I was gonna do.
Come on, Matt. What do you like?
Maybe next week.
Can you do a permit?
The Freezer Podcast.
The Freezer Podcast. So, Gutekunst, man, yeah, it's like I understand the criticism of the draft, but it's like, we just went 13-3. Without really having to worry about those draft picks contributing. And oh, by the way, those guys absolutely will down the line. Gutekunst knows that the Green Bay Packers are going to exist after Aaron Rodgers. They're going to exist after he's out of office. It's his duty to make sure the team continues on in their winning ways. And if you got to go get your guy a year early, so be it. And it's just a treat that Aaron Rodgers then cranked up his game and lit the league on fire. And if we get 3 more years out of him like that, great. I mean, there's really nothing to complain about. And would we be 14-2 if we had the receiver? I know I was very vocal about wanting the receivers, but after 17 games of watching this offense, I'm willing to sit here and say it doesn't matter. They're just getting the job done.
See, the good thing for you guys in the chat and for everybody else out there, I guess besides Jacob, is that we have it on video how much of an asshole we look like all throughout the season going, oh my God, we're not going to get a wide receiver. And this team sucks.
Can make gifts out of it.
That's why a lot of times I just kind of hide in the corner during those moments because I know that it's ultimately not going
Look
to
happen. Look at that. He automatically threw you and I on the bus. Look at that.
It's true. It's totally true. You're the one. You're the crazy one, Sanjay. We all know.
I'm the passionate one, right? Y'all get hate me for my
passion. Literally, people who are psychotic and murder people go, well, I'm just passionate. The thing is that we are always in a position to be really good. And to Matt's point, there is going to be a Packers after Aaron Rodgers, just like there was one after Brett Favre and Bart Starr and all those things. To Sanjay's point about whether or not we think that Aaron Rodgers could play at this level for the future, I think that Aaron Rodgers is still he's 70% into this offense. And we still have another 2-3 years, I think, where he could really blossom in this offense. And see, Jacob gets it. Ted Bundy was absolutely a passionate guy. Jeffrey Dahmer, passionate.
So this one here from Joe, him asking, well, couldn't they gotten a quarterback next season? Absolutely. But the thing is, it's such a roll of the dice. Green Bay clearly plans on being one of the last teams standing, and you don't know what's going to be left. And if they had their guys sitting there,
you take the guy you like, guys. If you love a guy, you just take it.
Iowa Joe, it comes back to what I said before, man, is calculated. They are calculated. They have a team much more than me, much more than Sanjay, Matt, even yourself, much more than any one of us even in here. They are topping us when it comes to, they have a team of guys who literally scout and dissect these gentlemen way farther than we'll ever even get an opportunity to. So if they decided to move up and take him, I'm going to put my faith in that they knew they needed to do so.
They
So
got it
that's
twice, or once, I guess, technically.
Just real quick, I'm excited for Jordan Love because I watch, and I'm sure you guys do too, listen to Rodgers every week on McAfee, and he still cites stuff he talks about when those first 3 years in Green Bay about watching Brett Favre, and this year Love getting to do nothing other than watch Aaron Rodgers. He didn't have to worry about suiting up or possibly getting in the game. He had nothing to do but pick up and be a sponge. So I think the future is great there.
And watching him at a high level, watching him be praised, watching him be glorified, watching him
Even put down,
do the things-
even the bad stuff. This is how you work as a quarterback or starting quarterback in the NFL. You have to take it all in.
This is what's going to be so great for him is that he's going to see every facet, every aspect. He's going to see the negativity coming in from the beginning of the season to the godliness of now. He's going to get to see the approach, the work ethic, the every single thing he does. And that's something that we've heard now multiple times this year. We've heard it in the receiver room, and we've heard it in different aspects of this entire team, is that guys are watching how other guys are acting off the field, in the locker room, in the study rooms, in the film rooms, and in the kitchen. If you like, so these are things that Jordan Love is going to get an opportunity to spend 1, 2, potentially 3 years embracing, and then we'll cross that bridge when it comes.
Yeah, you guys are always worried about your cameras and people watching you that way. How about think about the Packers watching you if you're an athlete? Because they are. So let's move on. We have a lot. We can always talk about all that offseason stuff and Brian Gutekunst and the team and Rodgers, blah, blah, blah. We know that everything's great. Now we have a beautiful weekend ahead of us where you don't get to see a Packer game, but you get to see 6 games of football on 2 days. You don't have to really worry about college football anymore. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You just get to sit there and watch hours upon hours of football. Let's just start real quick with Saturday. We'll do picks and we'll do standings. Well, actually, hang on. Let me do this real quick. Standings first. And if you guys want to chime in the chat, definitely do so. And you can give us your little top 7, I guess you could say. But we're going to do it real quick with us being number 1, because that's just where we are. We're the number 1 seed. Let's rank the teams that are going to be playing this weekend on, as far as, dominance level, threat level, that kind of thing. Let's just do that real quick, and then we'll talk about the games, and then we'll move forward with that with picks. So, Matthew Ryan Jensen.
Full name? You my mom?
I'm in trouble. Maybe. Hey, maybe someone will steal your identity now.
There you go.
What is your rankings starting with number 7? We'll all do 7 together, 6, 5, 4, 3. Just do that. How about that?
Okay, so bottom of the NFC.
Bottom of the NFC. Who do you have as your bottom feeder?
It's a toss up between the Bears and the Washington football team. I'm going to go with the Bears just because the Bears suck. They kind of backed their way in here with a loss. They had to have the Cardinals do a tank job themselves and lose that game against a Goff-less Rams. So I'm gonna go with the Bears at 7.
I'm gonna go with the Bears at 7 as well. Fred?
Washington.
6, Matthew.
Washington. This is one. They're interchangeable.
I'm gonna go with. You're gonna hate this. I'm gonna go with the Rams.
Interesting.
Okay. Just because
they're
the quarterback situation. If Wofford is out there, I'm sorry. I trust Alex Smith more than I trust Wofford. So I'm gonna go Rams 6. Because I don't think Goff is coming back.
And let me. I'm not trying to discredit the Washington football team and what Alex Smith has done,
I know.
Because that is absolutely the greatest story I've seen in pro sports in a very long time. That being said, I just think overall that division is just so weak. So I'll go Bears with 6.
5, Matt.
5. I will go with the Rams at 5.
I will go with the Washington football team. I think that D-line is great. I think Alex Smith is fine. And Antonio Gibson is something to watch for in the future, just as a heads up. Fred, 5.
I'm going to take Seattle.
Interesting. Okay.
4.
I just
played great lately.
You're right.
They have not played great now. Now the only thing that scares me, and this is the only thing that's ever scared me about Seattle, is the play of Russell Wilson, because he is absolutely remarkable. However, in the same breath, He has not been spectacular in the playoffs. We see him very good in those first 6 games of the season, then a lull, then playoffs come. He starts to get a little bit better, but he's not quite good enough. So I'm a little concerned about them as an entirety of a team, not just what Russell Wilson can do.
Remember his MVP hype? Man, that sunk faster than the Titanic.
Like
That was
week
gone
6.
quickly.
2 years in a row, this year and last year, exact same hype, exact same time period from week 1 to week 7, I think it was, or week 8, and then it just completely shot off.
Matt,
And then
4.
the cream rose up. For Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Wow. Okay. I will go Seattle, number 4. I think that defense is actually coming alive a little bit more. It's like they completely took a flip-flop. I think the defense is playing better. The offense is playing like crap because he's trying to cook too much. Fred, 4.
I'm going to go Rams, and I go Rams only because they play Seattle, and I think that their defense will give Russell Wilson the fits.
I
That's why.
can respect that because the defense is a top-worthy defense. Matt?
Yeah, I don't see the Seahawks out playing the Rams defense. That's what I'm trying to get.
I'm going at 3. I'm going with the Hawks. Now I have them up there because the veteran leadership on the team, the coaching staff, man, they've been here before. They know the playoffs. They know how to grind it out. They know how to travel and win in the elements. So for that reason alone, and Russell Wilson, they can be a dangerous team.
I'm going to go 3 Saints. I think Sean Payton is an amazing coach. I think that team is really good. The defense is obviously going to be tough, but I think Sean Payton outcoaches himself. I think he tries to do all these gimmicks with Taysom, and I think when it comes to the actual good opponents like us, they had their full slate. I mean, they didn't have Michael Thomas, but we didn't have Devontae Adams, and look what happened. I mean, he really didn't coach a great game that day, and he overthought it with Taysom Hill, and he cost him the game. Now that was week 3. Totally different team from that day, but I'm going to go them 3.
I agree, man. I fully agree with you. I'm going to go New Orleans with 3 as well. I think Kamara he blew his load last 2 weeks ago. And I think this is going to be, and I will tip my hat to him the day it happens, but I think this is the last time we get to see the immaculate Drew Brees take a football field.
So then that kind of leaves Matt and I in the same boat with number 2 with Tampa Bay. I think just,
all right, I said Tampa Bay was 4.
No, me and you are in the same boat with Tampa Bay too, Sanjay.
Oh, yeah, you and me. My fault.
I'm going Saints at 2, and it's because I thought that they had some adversity throughout the year. They lost Drew Brees for multiple games, and they were able to weather that storm and win games. It's a scrappy bunch, man. They got a real aggressive defense. They can score points quickly. That said, though, my downside to them, though, is traveling on the road in the weather. If you get those guys up in Lambeau, you can go ahead and cancel Christmas because that's not going to happen. I don't see them being that big of a threat. That said, though, in the Dome, I don't know. They're tough, a tough team.
And that leaves us at number 1. Hey, everybody that's in our chat, throw your 1 through 7. Obviously, you probably have us at number 1 because you guys are Packer fans. But throw your 2 through 6 2 through 7 and show us what you want, and we'll put it on the little thing here.
I'm going to say one thing about Tampa, and Tampa and New Orleans are very close with me. I mean, it could really go either way.
They're all good teams.
Both veterans. The only reason I will give Tampa the go ahead here is just because of who's under center. Offensively, I think they're really good. However, Mike Evans, I think, is an injury we probably should touch on more than we are in this situation because that's a huge loss. And I do agree. And I think ultimately, in my heart of hearts, I would love to see New Orleans go farther because I have such a like for Drew Brees. However, I don't want to play Drew Brees. That's where I'm gonna go down.
I just can't see him coming to I can't see him coming to Lambeau and throwing all over the.
I don't either.
Like
I don't think so either. And you know what? It's kind of one of those things. And New Orleans has kind of gotten a flavor of what Green Bay had to go through for like a little period after Bostic's mistake. They've had these 2 just heart-wrenching losses in big-time playoff games, and then they come back. Drew Brees has a terrible injury. Kamara out with COVID. Michael Thomas out. It's either going to go one way. Either it's going to be the redemption story of the year outside of Alex Smith, of course, or they're just going to be one and done, and it's going to just be the end of an era.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we'll see what happens. Maybe this might be the last playoffs we see of Drew Brees. Maybe if they get beat in the first round by the Bears, maybe he'll just be like, I'm out, dude. This is it.
How do you? I mean, I would be out too.
I don't know how you do it, but awesome. We'll real quick. We'll go through the AFC. We got some time. We got It's an interesting little seating out there. I mean, I don't know if you guys know them by heart or not, but obviously you have Kansas City at the 1 seed, Chicago or Buffalo at 2, 3 is Pittsburgh, 4 is Tennessee, 5 is Baltimore, 6 is Cleveland, 7 being I forget Indy.
Colts.
So real quick, I mean, I think let's just put. Maybe we can't. Maybe we need to go 1 through 7 with this team. I don't know if it's so easy to just say Kansas City is number 7 or number 1. So let's just go real quick. 7.
7 for me is going to be the Browns.
Browns.
6.
Colts.
Yeah, 6 Colts.
I'm gonna go Titans.
Don't trust Philly Rivers, man. If I gotta go Philly Rivers or
I don't trust Tennessee.
Derrick Henry
I know. I feel like I'm an idiot saying
remember how good he was last year in the playoffs? He was unstoppable. Well,
bricks off of Baltimore. But you know what? I'm gonna go on Wisconsin, Jonathan Taylor, who had 253 yards. So I'm gonna go Tennessee Titans 6. So 5 for you guys.
5 for me. I will go Titans.
I'm gonna go Baltimore. So that's just a flip flop there.
I'm gonna go Titans.
Colts. I'm going Colts. Sorry.
Yeah, Colts. I was gonna say no way you're putting Baltimore there. Yeah, Tennessee. I'll go Tennessee. I'll go Tennessee only by default.
All right. 4. Right.
4. I'm going the Ravens. They've been hot as of late. You know, they had a slump mid-season, but they pulled out of it, as opposed to the Titans, who got waxed by the Packers and needed to hit a banger of a field goal to beat the Texans to win the division.
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. I'm with you. This team really, they really haven't shown me a month of good football. I mean, I know they won when they needed to get themselves, whatever. But I'm gonna go Steelers 4.
Yeah, they trended high. They trended high early, then plateaued, then went down, and then they're kind of there. I don't know if I love that going into the playoffs. They definitely aren't the hottest team going into the AFC in the playoffs.
No.
Real quick, I thought they were stupid for resting all those starters, particularly after how they played the last couple weeks.
I know. I would have thought they were a right game.
That's a big mistake.
From getting in.
Yeah, big mistake.
3.
3. Speaking of the Steelers, I'll go the Steelers.
Wow. All right.
Baltimore's playing great. I'm gonna go Baltimore.
I'm gonna go Baltimore as well. I think this team is you just don't want to.
I want to put the Steelers where
you really don't. I think you just don't want that. So I'm gonna go Baltimore at 3 as well. Number 2.
This was tough, man. I'm gonna go the Bills. I know you guys want to put the Bills in 1, but I'm going Bills 2.
Oh, do you think that's what I want to go, Matt?
That's what I think you want to do. That's what I think you want to do.
I'm gonna go Bills. We haven't seen them in a playoff setting. They've run ship in the regular season
last year.
That's all great, but let's see if they can do it actually in the biggest stage where it matters. Let's see if Josh Allen's ready for that. I'm gonna put them at 2. You don't dethrone the champs yet, right? Until they actually get beaten.
Oh, Fred.
Yeah, it's God, it's so difficult because everything
be a millionaire.
Everything inside me wants to go Bills because I think they're more of a full team. I don't like Kansas City's defense. I don't like their offensive line. In Kansas City, I think there's some question marks there, but Patrick Mahomes is electric. Tyreek Hill's electric. We all know that. So I'm gonna just go safe, and I'm gonna go Bills at 2 as well.
There you go.
Although I really want to go Kansas City.
It's not like the Chiefs have played well in the last 3 weeks either. Their December was pretty crappy. Hence why.
Well, Buffalo looks very similar to Green Bay in that they are trending hot right now, and they look really good.
The Packers and the Bills are the 2 hottest teams in football right now, I think. But one going to the Chiefs just because Patrick Mahomes, and the defending champions, they're a tough.
I'm not gonna
score quick.
I'm not going to bet against Mahomes for a while.
All right. No. We always make predictions here. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to do a rapid fire Saturday first. Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. That means 12 for us Central folks. Indianapolis against the Buffalo Bills. That's your game of probably the game of the day. So who are you guys going with? You don't have to say
Buffalo.
Score. Just say the winner, I guess.
Bills.
Fred?
You said Buffalo.
Oh, you said Buffalo. Oh, sorry. Oh,
dude, Buffalo. I was going to put Buffalo at number 1, man. Of course, I'm going to take Buffalo.
All right, Bills. All right, the second game at 4:40, we have the Rams at the Seahawks. Fred, this is your moment.
Oh, I told you. I think the Rams their defense is gonna shut down Russell Wilson, and it's gonna be frustrating. Seattle's gonna go into a rebuild
Say
mode.
Hawks, Matt.
Yeah, I did. Yep, Seahawks.
I really want to pick the Rams. If Jared Goff was playing, I would totally pick the Rams, but I got
Exactly. That's a decider for me.
You don't think that McVay won't strategize with whoever he has out there? Come on, he's a pretty smart cat.
Man, you barely came out.
Jared Goff's never been the reason why they've been as good as they have.
But he's been a good reason why they've succeeded on offense. I mean, you can't just score points on defense all the time.
All right, keep going. Let's go.
All right, NFC, the Sunday night or Saturday night game, Washington football team against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Washington.
There is going to be one upset this weekend, and you got to pick which one it's going to be. This is mine. The Washington football team, hungry with that defensive unit, and they're going to happen. That's what I want to happen because I want them to come here instead. So the
he's going to watch them.
Ah, man, it's hard to pick against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay team. I got to go Tampa, man. I wanted to, but I got to go Tampa.
I'm going Tampa. Real quick, Sunday, the first game, 1:00, Baltimore, Tennessee.
Baltimore.
I got Baltimore.
It's going to be a slugfest.
Bears
an upset too, technically, but
Bears Saints.
Bears Saints. Nobody
Saints,
wins in the Voodoo Dome. Nobody wins in the Voodoo Dome except for New Orleans.
I'm going Bears.
Bullshit. No, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, I get out of here. Upset. Okay, I can't hate on it. I can't hate on it.
Have to say what he wants, right? He wanted the the football team to win. I can say I want the Bears to win. I don't want to face the Saints.
I mean, I agree.
We're watching every game, 10 straight hours. Day. Locked in.
Browns Steelers. Last game before we go.
Oh, I want to pick the Browns so bad, but that COVID dealing they're dealing with is not going to be good. So I'm going to go Steelers. They have no coach. The coach isn't going to be there.
Mark Loney, I'm sorry, man. I'm going Steelers. Your team's just not that great.
That's the only COVID thing is their coach.
Their coach and a player. One player.
A couple of players, yeah.
Joe Patonio, one of their guards.
Yeah, their guard. They're well pro guard, yeah.
Browns by 10.
Hey,
Love
like
it.
that. Hey, if the Bears win, you wear my shirt.
All right.
Yeah, yes.
It's in. All right, baby.
Hey, everybody that watched our show today, the biggest thanks of all time. I know we're a little over our time, but thank you so much. We love every single one of you. Stay safe. Enjoy football. For Fred and Matt, I'm Sanjay. This is the Freezer Podcast. We out.
Let's go.